The scream didn't sound human. It tore through the quiet roadside park like something raw, something primal, cutting through the wind, freezing birds mid-flight, making even the shadows feel afraid. A massive canine, muscles rippling, eyes wild, had lunged, its jaws inches from a helpless woman trapped in a wheelchair. She couldn't move, she couldn't run, and what made it worse, she was pregnant. People stood frozen, phones dropped, someone whispered, "No, no, not like this." But then, out of nowhere, the roar of a motorcycle shattered the silence. And what the biker did next, no one there would ever forget. Before we continue, if you believe in kindness, in second chances, and in the power of humanity even in the darkest moments, take a second to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Only Kindness. Because stories like this deserve to be felt, and never forgotten. The park was small, tucked between a quiet highway and a row of aging oak trees that had seen decades of passing seasons. It wasn't the kind of place where chaos belonged. It was where people came to breathe, to escape, to feel safe. Arzu Malik had come there that morning hoping for exactly that. At 29, life had already taken more from her than most could understand. A car accident 2 years ago had taken her ability to walk. A sudden, violent crash that shattered not only her spine but her dreams. The doctors had said she was lucky to be alive, but Arzu often wondered if lucky was the right word. Still, she had learned to live again. Slowly, painfully, determinedly. And now, there was something new growing inside her. Something fragile, something hopeful. She was 7 months pregnant. The father was no longer in the picture, gone the moment life got complicated, but Arzu didn't let bitterness define her. She had chosen to keep going, to fight, to believe that maybe, just maybe, this child would be her reason to smile again. That morning, the air was soft, carrying the scent of fresh grass and distant rain. She sat near a bench, her wheelchair angled toward the sunlight, one hand resting gently over her belly. For a moment, everything felt peaceful. Until it didn't. It started with a distant bark. Deep, aggressive, not the playful kind you hear from pets. This was something else, something warning. People turned their heads. A large canine, massive, dark-coated, powerful, came sprinting from the far end of the park. No leash, no owner in sight, just raw speed and uncontrolled energy. At first, some thought it was just running. Then it changed direction, straight toward Arzu. She froze. Her hands gripped the armrests of her wheelchair, knuckles turning white. Her mind screamed for her to move, but her body wouldn't respond. The dog closed the distance fast. A man nearby shouted, trying to intervene, but fear held him back. A woman dropped her bag and backed away. No one stepped forward, no one except one. The sound came before the sight. A motorcycle engine, loud, thunderous, echoing through the park like a warning shot. It cut through the chaos, growing louder with every second. Then he appeared, a heavy-built biker, leather vest, rough beard, eyes sharp with focus. His name was Rehan Kaleem, though most people only knew him as Kale. He was part of a local biker group, one that carried a reputation people didn't always understand. To some, they looked dangerous, intimidating, unapproachable, but in that moment, none of that mattered. What mattered was what he saw. A trapped woman, a charging K9, and a few seconds to act. Rehan didn't hesitate. He gunned the throttle, steering the bike directly between the dog and Arzu. Tires screeched against gravel as he slid sideways, creating a barrier just as the K9 lunged. The impact was brutal. The dog collided with the bike, snarling, snapping, its teeth inches from Rehan's arm. The force knocked the motorcycle sideways, but Rehan held his ground, using the weight of the machine to keep the animal at bay. People gasped, some screamed, but Rehan didn't flinch. His movements were controlled, calculated. He spoke low, not shouting, not panicking, but firm. The kind of voice that carried authority. The K9 hesitated, just for a second, and in that second, everything changed. Rehan noticed something others hadn't. The dog wasn't just aggressive, it was terrified. Its movements weren't precise. Its eyes weren't focused on attack alone. There was confusion there, pain, fear twisted into something dangerous. Rehan slowly lowered himself, keeping one hand steady, his body positioned between Arzu and the dog. Behind him, Arzu trembled, her breath shallow, tears streaking down her face. She had thought this was it, that this was how her story would end. But then she saw him, not as a biker, not as a stranger, but as someone standing between her and the worst moment of her life. Rehan extended his hand slightly, not toward the mouth, not threatening, but open. The canine growled, pacing, its muscles still tense. Then something unexpected happened. It whimpered, soft, broken. Rihan's expression shifted. He saw it now. The signs, the scars, the subtle limp in its hind leg. This wasn't a wild animal. This was a dog that had been hurt, trained wrong, abandoned. The aggression wasn't its nature. It was its defense. Carefully, slowly, Rihan reached into his vest and pulled out something small, a piece of dried meat he carried for long rides. He tossed it gently to the side. The dog hesitated again. Then, cautiously, it moved toward the food. That was all the opening Rihan needed. He turned quickly, kneeling beside Arzu. She couldn't speak at first. Her lips trembled, her entire body shook, but her hand moved, just slightly, and she grabbed his sleeve. It was enough. Rihan didn't say anything dramatic. He didn't promise anything big. He just nodded, and in that simple gesture, something passed between them. Safety. Time slowed as people finally rushed in. Someone called animal control. Another checked on Arzu. The immediate danger had passed, but the emotional weight lingered in the air. Rihan stayed. He didn't leave after the moment ended. He stood beside Arzu, adjusting her wheelchair, making sure she was okay. When paramedics arrived, he stepped back, but not too far. Because something about that moment had connected them. Not in words, but in something deeper. Days passed. The story spread. Videos of the incident surfaced online. People called Rihan a hero. Some called him brave. Others were shocked that someone they might have judged on appearance could show such calm compassion. But Rihan didn't care about any of that. Because he couldn't stop thinking about one thing. The look in Arzu's eyes. And the dog. He found out later that the canine had been rescued. Not put down. Not discarded. It was being evaluated, treated, given another chance. And for some reason, that mattered to him. A week later, Rihan visited the rehabilitation center where Arzu had her regular checkups. Not because he had to, but because he wanted to. She was sitting by the window when he arrived, sunlight catching the softness in her expression. She looked different, still fragile, but stronger somehow. When she saw him, her eyes filled. Not with fear, with something else. Gratitude, hope. They didn't speak much that day. They didn't need to, because sometimes, the loudest emotions are the ones we feel in silence. Rihan began visiting more often. Not every day, but enough that it became something steady. Something real. He brought small things, books, fruit, sometimes just stories from the road. And slowly, piece by piece, Arzu began to smile again. Not the polite kind, the real kind, the kind that reaches your eyes. As her due date approached, something unexpected happened. Rihan changed. The man who once rode alone, who kept distance from the world, found himself showing up, staying longer, caring deeper than he ever had before. And Arzu, she stopped feeling alone. The day she went into labor, it wasn't fear that filled the room. It was strength. And when the child was finally placed in her arms, a baby boy, small but healthy, there were tears. Not of pain, but of something much more powerful. A second chance. Before we reach the end, if this story is touching your heart, if you believe moments like this remind us what humanity really means, take a second to like, share, and subscribe to Only Kindness. Because your support keeps stories like this alive. And I want to ask you something special. Before the ending, comment one word below. Hope, if you believe even the darkest moments can lead to something beautiful. Because what happened next proves it. Months later, the park was no longer just a place of fear. It had become something else. A place of memory, a place of change. Arzu returned there one afternoon, her son in her arms, the same sunlight wrapping around her, but this time, she wasn't alone. Rihan stood beside her, and in the distance, something unexpected walked slowly toward them. The canine, no longer wild, no longer broken, but calm, healed, given another chance, just like her. Just like all of them. And in that quiet moment, as the wind moved gently through the trees, it felt like the world had paused, just long enough to remind them of one simple truth. Sometimes, the scariest moments in life don't break us. They introduce us to the people who help put us back together.